nearly lost a lot of stuff in the car, the mics, and I bet we have a black stamp. Why are you laughing? You're gonna start paying for this.
We don't have a black stamp.
It doesn't fit on this.
What do you mean? It's working. It's made by the same company.
It's a multi-family property. It's a commercial multi-family, 6 unit. We closed 2 weeks ago on the property. Closed escrow.
Well, first we thought we were gonna close in 2 weeks, right? Because of the
We were screwed around by a lender. We had a few lenders that were backups. We had 3 lenders, all approved with 3. But the one I went with kind of screwed us over.
Mm-hmm.
And why was that?
Well, he didn't like the square footage, right? He said he was questioning. He thought it was too small to land on. He said, "Oh, 400's too small." We thought you said 500, which the county records show 500 technically. So it is 500.
Gross. So it means the walls are included.
Yeah.
Which makes it bigger.
Anyways, he didn't like that square footage, and he just, I don't know, he kind of disappeared into the Bahamas or something. We're not sure.
The underwriter was looking at the deal, right? And they were just taking forever.
So then we went with another lender, and he liked the square footage. He liked the location a lot. I had a couple hiccups, like you always do with lenders and closing.
One hiccup was, or a few, it was experience level. They thought I had experience in multifamily. Turned out people don't read emails. I don't understand this business. Like, you produce so much paperwork and emails. Days before closing, they ask, oh, hang on, you don't have experience in this area. Oh, no. When they read it, they realized we have property investment experience by multifamily 0, but with our rental that we have in LA, that counted towards some type of experience being a landlord. They okayed us at the last minute because of that and a few other, but anyway, we got through that.
Then we had another problem, which was the insurance. What was the hiccup or the massive headache we were having?
2 insurances that would... We had 2 options approved. I mean, 2 insurers that would insure us. One was super expensive. One was like nearly 20 grand for the annual. But that was because we had AC units in the window and old water heaters. So because of that, the insurance went to 20 grand. From 10 grand to 20 grand. Listen to
Which,
me.
just for if you don't really understand, it's not that we're losing 10 grand if we go with the 20 grand one. If you divide it by using cap rate, so we do 10 grand, then you divide it by cap rate, which is our 6%. You divide it by 6%, that's $166,000 in lost NOI value, inherent value. Just 10 grand.
And basically it doesn't then pencil.
No. It blows all the water, all the numbers out of the water.
It would not finance, which is kind of scary. You're 2 days, you're a few days away from closing. Everybody's cool, and then suddenly the finance guys are like, the underwriter's like, this is not gonna. Well, no, they were okay with that. No, it would screw me over later, but the finance guys were okay. They didn't care about that part. What they cared about was a clause, a co-insurance clause that it had that 20 grand, and they didn't like that, and I read into it. I don't understand. I so complicated, whatever. So we couldn't even use that insurance. But the insurance we did have previously that we really liked was only about just under 10 grand for both structures. That was an insurance that I wanted to use, and that would pencil for us. But we have AC units and old water heaters, and that insurance that I like don't accept that stuff. But what we could do is we could still insure it, and we'd have a couple of weeks to replace the AC units and the water heater, and that would be cool with that.
Which is what we're doing right now.
Now, but then there was another problem. That insurance that I liked, the underwriter didn't like, because we have 2 structures, front one and a rear one, and I had to have 2 separate insurance policies, one on the front structure and one on the rear. Couldn't combine it into one, and the underwriter said no to it because they want one policy, not 2 separate ones. So they fought us for a week, and they said no, we're not going to take that one. They're not going to take the other one because of co-insurance, and the other insurer didn't want to drop the co-insurance, and we were screwed. We had no insurance. So we're days away from closing, and we weren't able to close technically on the loan or deal because we had no insurance, and so we'll stalemate. Everybody kind of
freaking out. The owner, the agent, was very not happy, very confused and not happy, because we've been dragging him through all of this stuff, all the other lender stuff, and
we've been extending the contract, and this was it. He said no more. Said
Yeah, we even
Friday
lowered the
close.
price as well. He even was nice enough to do that. So just a lot of things the seller had to go through. But luckily, he didn't get too angry. We were able to close.
But the climax, and there was a real big climax towards the end. We were days away, and the seller's agent was like, "No, you close Friday or the deal's over." And I was hard. I was hard in it, meaning that every little
Yeah, we
drop
have
of
a
deposit would have gone
deposit, a lot of money,
over 50,000.
and money we spent on flights
That
and
was a
stuff,
learning curve.
everything.
That was a learning. That was something I learned not to do again in multifamily. There were just things about the way I.
It's the first time doing a transaction in Florida as well. We've never done, and
Yeah, but
across the country.
no, that wasn't a Florida thing. It's just the way we handled the multifamily contract, going into contract. We should have just penciled it different. We went hard into it, thinking it was going to be easy,
Really quick, like here.
and it didn't turn out to be that. It took months. But yeah, anyway, the first lender screwed us over. We lost time there. That's why we scrambled at the end. But this broker came through, found a lender who was local. They did the deal. They were cool. At the end, they scrambled at the last few days to get it all done, and we got it done. So, good job.
Yes.
Nathan, now you have to evict everybody.
Yes. First eviction
Go
Monday.
over there and evict everybody in 2 weeks, and
We won't have no tenants, no income
we're gonna take care of the tenants that are there now
until their leases come up.
But I think they're gonna get the feeling of what's gonna happen. But that's gonna happen over the next 18 months. So
The first lease that's coming up is the end of November, 2 at the end of February next year, and then 3 at the end of the year next year. So basically, what we kind of want to start off with is doing landscaping, right? Just kind of cleaning up
mini
this.
splits are next week. Mini splits go in next week into every unit, and 2 new water heaters. And then I'm gonna buy him a paintbrush and a spray gun, and he'll start spray painting the building. And change that freaking color.
I don't know, I kind of like the color.
I hate the color. It's the wrong greens, like nearly fluoro greens. Spaz. Whoever painted, even Terrier hates that color. They hate it. Why did Peter pick that? Anyway,
We're going there in 2 weeks. We're gonna meet up with the property manager, meet up with some subcontractors, look through the units again. So it's gonna be the start of a 18-month journey, maybe 2-year journey, depending on how things go. Here we go. First multifamily.
fun times. Like and subscribe. Follow us. Help us to grow. We're gonna share our journey of this multifamily experience as we scale, and we're gonna obviously share our experiences building in San Francisco.
Our mistakes.
So we did a good job. Awesome, good job. Subscribe and like.
Pressure make diamonds, so I'm covered in ice. Got me out for the whole pie. I don't want slice.